I'm still trying to figure some stuff out, so just like give me a couple minutes. The little audio bit was me trying to see if it worked, and it does. But just stay put. Give me like a couple, not too long, just a couple minutes. To figure some stuff out, so just like give me a couple minutes. The little audio bit was me trying to see if it worked, and it does. But just stay put. Give me like a couple, not too long, just a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back. I was having some technical difficulties. I was trying to get chat on screen, but it's not working at the moment. I'll try and have that for next time, but I just want to get started now, so we'll be starting. Alright, here we go. Hopefully everything works. Ah, wait, there I am. No, hold on. I was trying to do like one of those like slow reveals. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, here I go now. Boom, 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 boom. There I am. Hi. Here's the PNG tuber. Isn't she pretty? I just finished it today. Hopefully it looks good on screen. Hopefully it doesn't look pixelated or anything. But yeah, this is it. This me. Kind of as the title of the stream suggests, this is going to be a bit scuffed. I'm just putting that out there. I'm just putting that out there before somebody, you know, says anything. But this will be... There will be a lot of mistakes made today. And also, I don't have fully all of my assets ready. Yeah, I have the PNG tuber. And it looks pretty nice if I do say so myself. But I don't have a lot of other things, kind of like, you know, like a streaming background. Like I mentioned, chat on screen, I don't have that either. And just like, I'll mention some other stuff, but I'm working on it. I mostly just wanted to just get started. Because I'm the kind of person that if I don't start now, then I never will type of thing. Especially with the perfectionism, that's a big thing I want to try and fix. But, you know, I'd rather get started with a half-finished product than to not do it at all. So, over time, I will get all of those things over time. It just takes me a while because I'm actually the artist for all of it. I drew this model. And it took me a bit, and I'm still trying to figure out some things of the design. So this isn't even its final form, most likely. There will probably be changes to my appearance in like sometime in the future. But this is how it is for now. Oh, I just realized I don't have background music for this portion. So it's kind of awkward. Hold on. Let me fix that real quick. Because I do have background music. I don't know why I forgot to do it though. See, we're already off to a bad start. Well, not a bad start. It might be loud. Just putting that out there. Hold on. Gotta fix the levels here. What's this one? Okay. Wait, where did this go? Hold on, I'm reading the comments, the chat now. I'm reading that now. Yes, I did draw it. Aww. You are all very kind. What was I saying before? I already forgot. Wait, hold on. Let me make... Because I did prepare a presentation for today. It's a very simple one. But it's there, so let me make me a little smaller. Look, I'm so tiny. And I guess to this side. Yeah. Look, I'm so small now. Just like in real life! We'll get to that. So here is my totally legit debut presentation. Let's get started on that. So, first question. Do I have lore? No. Well, for now, no. And not really. So let me explain. So I know that in the sort of VTubing community, having a sort of character lore is very common. It's a very common practice, and I understand why. You know, it's fun. It's, you know, cool story to follow along with. Like, I get it. I love me a good VTuber lore as well. But I didn't really think that was for me. I mean, it would be cool. I do have some ideas, but it's not like I didn't really intend for it to be like a recurring theme or thing. You know, if I do any lore based stuff, it'll probably be like in the form of like little comics, but not like it's not going to be a super big thing for me, right? It'll just be just for fun. Nor will I be like acting kind of like in that character either. I just couldn't really be bothered, to be honest. So for now, no. If anything in the future, then yeah. But I just wanted to keep things simpler, easier for me. So no, I don't. But yeah. Also enjoy this little Mario image. Next, my bio. So, it could have been a little bit longer, but this is what I got for now. That's all I really could think of. So, a little bit about myself. So, birthday is Pi Day. It's also Albert Einstein's birthday. Although I'm definitely not as smart. But, yeah, my birthday is on Pi Day. Height. I am roughly, and this is a very rough estimate, because, kind of like snowflakes, not all cotton balls, no two cotton balls are 100% the same size, shape, that kind of thing. So I am roughly 52 cotton balls tall. Give or take a few centimeters here or there, right? You know, there's a pretty large margin of error, but roughly a good estimate is that I am the height of if you were to stack 52 cotton balls on top of each other. Yes, I understand that is very specific. Species. I'm a sheep. I don't know who put that question mark there, but I'm a sheep. And a very eepy one at that. The languages I speak, I only put the ones that I speak to any degree of fluency. So my main language is English. That is, I'm completely fluent, you know, first language, that kind of deal. And I do speak Spanish, not 100% fluent. I am a bit of what people might call a no sabo, and I'm not proud of it. But I'm trying. And I think that's good enough. Because there's a lot of people that don't make an effort at all. So I'm trying. It can be a bit bad. Just putting that out there. It's gonna be bad. It's not that I don't understand it. I understand it. It's just speaking and forming my own sentences is hard a lot of the times for me. So, like, if you comment something in Spanish, like, I'll answer. You know, I can answer. Just know that there might be a bit of a delay. You know, just the wheels in my brain might be turning. I might say stuff wrong. You know, I'm really trying my best to form a coherent sentence. Just know that, you know, there might be some little hiccups, little mistakes, and it might take me a few seconds to, like, find the words, but I can do it. So, yeah. I'd say I'm in... If fluency were on a 0 to 100% scale, I'd say I'm like 75% of the way there. You know. Not fluent, but I think I'm okay. Ish. Next. My likes. This is not a full comprehensive list, because I like a lot of things. But this is just super duper general categories of things that I like a lot. So number 1 is chocolate. I am just like that fish from SpongeBob, you know, the one where he's like, chocolate, Chocolate! Chocolate! Yeah, that's me. I love chocolate. I think it's one of the best things engineered on this planet Earth. I love it. And I don't just mean just straight up chocolate, like a chocolate bar type thing. I mean like pretty much any and all chocolate in all of its forms. It's great. If you gave me a bug covered in chocolate, I'd probably eat it. Like, that's how much I love it. Actually, no, I probably shouldn't say that just in case someone actually tries to do that. But that part was an exaggeration. Well, it also depends on what kind of bug. But yeah, just know that I really love chocolate. Second, we're still on food. I don't know why. Maybe I was hungry when I made this. But dessert and breakfast are my two favorite categories of meals. I can't help it. I just like sweet things. And breakfast food is top tier. Oh wait, I just realized I didn't have a slide on like what my concept is. I probably should have done that. To be fair, I was still working on this PowerPoint like a minute before stream started, so I missed some stuff. But yeah, my general concept is of a sheep and dreams. So a lot of sleep imagery will be, present in a lot of my projects. So you might be thinking, if your whole deal is dreams and sleeping, why do you like breakfast so much? Don't you have to be awake early for that thing? And to that I say, breakfast, it's not a time. It's a state of mind. Like, 2 p.m. could be breakfast. You could eat breakfast food at 2 p.m. and that would still be breakfast. So, yeah, that's my rebuttal towards that. Next is rhythm games. I love me a good rhythm game. Now, am I good at that? That is to be seen. That depends. But I love me a good rhythm game. It's like my favorite category of game to play. Although I like other games. There's some, gaming categories that I'm not too big of a fan of or that I'm just not good at. But rhythm games are my favorite overall. And I've played quite a lot. Over the years, I've played quite a lot. The one I play the most currently is 𝒔𝒂𝒎, and even then I've kind of been falling off. But, some other examples I could give, in case anybody here, plays them as well. It's like I've played some Osu, some D4DJ. I played Love Live School Idol Festival when it still existed. Rest in peace. That game was peak. But it's not available anymore. If it was, I probably would still be playing it. Oh, I've also played Muse Dash, but again, I haven't played it in a long time. I should get back on it. It was pretty fun. And of course, arcade rhythm games, your DDR. I have not tried Dance Rush Stardom, but it looks fun. If I find a place that has a machine of those, I will definitely try it. And just a bunch of other... Oh, I've played 𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 for 2 days, but I don't really think that counts. But just know that I like rhythm games. Next, iced coffee. Now, I know there's a bit of a war over which one is better, hot or cold coffee. Some people say that cold coffee shouldn't be a thing. I don't care. Or, I don't car. I love me a good iced coffee. Especially the sweet ones. But at that point, I'm kind of just drinking ice cream, so is it even coffee? I'd still say it is. But yeah. Next, I love idols. If you've watched any of my videos before this, you would know that as well. that is very apparent. I feel like I've made that very clear. But yes, I love idols. That pretty much explains itself. Anime and manga. Or more so that I'm getting back into it. I found out about anime and manga back when I was in middle school. And I watched... Well, at the time I never read any manga. Because I was like, I don't like reading. But, I watched a few anime when I was in middle school. But I have like a really bad habit of starting a show and just never finishing it. That is my bad habit. Like, in that time, I can confidently say I only watched 2 shows completely, like from beginning to end. The rest, it was like I watched anywhere between 1 to 3 episodes and then just dropped them. So, yes, I watched a lot of anime, but never to completion, so. But I'm trying to get back into it. There was like a few years where I didn't really consume any anime or manga media, but I'm trying to get back into it now. There's a lot of anime that I want to watch, or catch up on, like the ones that I started all the way back when and just never continued. I want to continue them now. And as for manga, I'm not reading that many currently because I try not to read too many things at the same time, just to avoid any confusion, with plots and whatever. But currently, I am reading Phantom Busters, if anybody knows that one. Oh yeah, I'll mention that later. But I am currently reading Phantom Busters. I like it so far. I think I'm on volume 2. And I want to read, so I haven't started yet, but I want to read The Summer Hikaru Died before the Netflix adaptation comes out, which is next month, I believe. So I want to start reading it sometime soon, just so I finish it before the anime comes out. But yeah, those are the 2 that I have like on my mind currently. But of course, there's a lot more that I want to read as well. As for genre, and this goes like for any like show or whatever, not just strictly anime manga, I'm more of like a generally like lighthearted, like a lot of slice of life. I don't like too much like action shonen type stuff. I just like I guess more chill stuff. I don't mind horror though. I like horror. I do. So just, yeah, I'm not a big shonen fan. I'm more of a shoujo girl. But yeah, that's just in case you want to know like the types of anime that I'll probably be into. It's anything like slice of life, a lot of cute girls doing cute things type shows, and maybe some like horror thriller type stuff. That's most likely what I'm into. Next is fashion and makeup. I like the act of, getting dolled up. I think it's nice. But also, I think fashion and makeup is such a interesting topic overall. Like, apart from just the visuals, like, I love, like, dissecting, like, fashion history and, like, the effects it's had on us as a society and how society has impacted it. There's a lot of... Is it anthropology? Wait, what is anthropology? But yeah, just a lot of... It's an interesting subject to study. So that's also partially why I like it. And also just because it's fun. And a lot of stuff looks really cool. And lastly, on my likes is cute things. I know that's super vague, super broad, but I can't help it. If it's generally considered to be cute, I probably like it. And that could mean anything. Cute animals, cute characters, cute clothes, cute accessories, cute, like, houseware goods. Basically, if it's supposed to be cute, I'll probably like it. And even sometimes non-cute things I find cute. But yeah. Now, the dislikes. It's much, much shorter than my likes portion because, at least I don't think, but I'm not the type of person that dislikes many things, or at least I can't really think of that many off the top of my head. But these are the things that I know for sure that I do not like. So let's go over them. Vegetables. I despise vegetables with a burning passion. Don't try to get me to eat them, because I won't. Or I'll gag, either or. I can only really eat lettuce, tomato, and sometimes potatoes. I'm like warming up to potatoes. And sometimes like the purple red cabbage sometimes, because it doesn't taste like anything. And that's it. That is my whole list of vegetables that I can eat without feeling like I want to die. And sometimes I might not even want to eat those at all. Like if you give me a yucky tomato, I'm not gonna eat it. No, I'm sorry, I can't. And as for my least favorite vegetables, it's gotta be, I want to say onions. Ugh. I hate onions. I can't. I'm sorry. I know they're in everything, and that pisses me off. I know. But I just can't help it. I hate them so much. In any form. You know, I don't dig onion rings either. I can't. In any form, I hate onions. I don't mind their flavor, like, if I don't taste it or see it. But yeah, just don't give me anything with, like, visible onions on it. Second is being scared. Now, I mentioned that I like horror media. And I do, right? Because I find it so fascinating. But I don't like the act of being scared. I like scary things, but not being scared, if that makes any sense. Like, for example, I was super into Five Nights at Freddy's throughout my life, right? I'm still into it. But I don't like anything with, like, jump scares or loud noises. I'm just in it for the story and, like, how things look. It's very cool, but I just don't like to be scared. That's all. Next is math. Another thing that I hate with a burning passion. I despise mathematics. I am not a numbers person. No matter how many times people have told me, you can do anything so long as you put your mind to it, or like just try harder, you'll get it eventually. No. I am not a numbers person, never have been, and never will be. And I know math is very important in all fields, but I'm sorry, they just don't make sense to me. They don't sink into my brain. I just don't work that way. And you know what? I think that's okay. Shout out to other fellow math haters. And lastly, mean people. So yeah, generally don't be mean, because I will give you a piece of my mind. I am not afraid to do that. And next, hobbies. The first two are very apparent, just judging on the content that I have made before and the stuff that I do currently. So singing and dancing goes with the idol stuff, which I will be talking about later on. And after that is drawing. I'm getting back into drawing. I have pretty much done all the art that is on my channel, unless stated otherwise, of course. But I've done all of like the art stuff, including the PNG tuber. That's all me. And I want to keep improving. There was like a couple of years gap where I didn't draw at all, but I'm trying to get back into it. And I'm super excited and pumped for it now because of something that happened over the weekend, which I will talk about in a bit. But yeah, I like drawing and I hope to get better at it to make more stuff. And also, it's very cool and fun. And my final hobby is collecting underground idol CDs. Now this one's a little bit more niche, a little bit more specific. I don't really collect many things, not because I don't want to, but because I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And also because I'm not really one to collect so many of like a singular thing, right? But this is one collection that I am very adamant on, really not completing, because it could, there will always be new idol CDs and stuff like that, so it will never fully be completed. But I mean just like fully like trying to achieve. I want a huge collection of specifically underground idol music, right? Because I mean, I would just like a huge physical music collection. I would love a huge physical music collection in general, but I'm gonna go hardcore into collecting underground idol CDs because I ran into like an issue where like a lesser known idol group that I liked, all their music got wiped off the internet, and so the only way for me to hear it again was to buy the CD off of somebody. And that's what I did. But it was after that incident where I was like, you know what? I should probably start collecting CDs from like all of, like underground idols that I'm even partially a fan of. Because I shouldn't say will, but there could come a day where their music too is suddenly just wiped off the face of the earth. I don't want that to happen ever again. I'm a big fan of, archiving and making sure that art is shared and is for everybody across time. Whenever music becomes inaccessible, it's a bit of a pain. So I would like to have a good archive of that kind of stuff, just so that the idols and their music and their hard work just doesn't get lost to time, like how it has for so many others, and it's such a shame. But yeah, currently I only have 3 CDs, so it's not a big collection. I kind of just started somewhere recently, but I have every intention of growing it. Next is my goals. So there is my goals can and will change over time. So this isn't a fully exhaustive list of them. So there is more, but for right now, this is what I can like think of off the top of my head, and that yeah, basically the ones that I can think of right now. So yeah, and some of these are like short-term goals, other ones are like for more towards like the far future, but that I already want to put out there. So number 1, I want to have a live 2D model. I like the PNG tuber, don't get me wrong. I like it, but I would also love to be like a more traditional VTuber. I want to have a live 2D model with all the works. I want all the physics, all the toggles, everything. But of course, that takes a lot of money. That is very expensive. So that's why I'm currently a PNG tuber, but I don't plan on staying that way forever. One day I want to take it one step further and become a live 2D model. We'll see how long that takes me, but I am working on it and I will be saving up a lot for it because I want it to be great. Next, a 3D model. Again, this is like for further down the future. I'm not too like, oh, I need to get a 3D model like right now. No, that's like towards the future. But it'd be really cool though. Yeah, mostly just I don't really have like the space or the equipment to do like 3D content, right? But when I do, I'll probably upgrade to a 3D model also. Because that opens the doors for like better streams, and depending on what it is also. Collabs. I would like to do collabs. Maybe not right now. I'm still trying to get my footing as a, just me streaming. This is pretty much... No, it's not. I was about to say this is my first stream, but no, it's not. I did one stream before. It's unlisted. And it was for my 100 subscribers special. I did like a little karaoke thing. That was technically my first stream, but like, I wouldn't really count it. But yeah, I'm still trying to get used to streaming just on my own, and then when I feel like I'm ready, I'll probably collab with somebody. That sounds like it'd be really fun. Now this next one. Hold on. Hold on, just give me a second. I got a call. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry for that. I got a call, but hopefully it doesn't happen again. But as I was saying, just trying to jump back into it. Um, this is a goal that is for the far future. I don't see myself being able to do this for quite a long time. Um, but sorry, I'm reading some of the chat. You guys are a little funny. You guys are funny. Um, but um, I would love to be able to do a 24-hour stream someday. Now, this is something I'm going to have to build up towards over time because I'm not used to streaming at all. I'm not a pro streamer yet. So, most likely my streams will be a bit on the shorter side. Like hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 if I'm pushing it. But that's as far as I'm able to go currently. But, over time, I'd like to keep on pushing my limits. Like maybe further down the line, I'll do like a 6-hour stream. Then like build up to like a 12-hour stream, so on and so forth until I make it to 24 hours. But I don't see myself being able to do that yet. But in the future, for sure, I want to try. That is a challenge that I'm putting myself towards. I want to challenge myself to stream for 24 hours and to be entertaining for 24 hours straight. Will she be able to do it? Find out on the next episode. Next, I would like to do a Spanish-only stream. So I mentioned that my Spanish is not the best. It's not terrible. I'd say I'm like 75% of the way there. But again, this is something that I'll have to build up towards over time. I want to keep on studying it and improving on my Spanish fluency to one day be able to do a Spanish-speaking only stream. Just as a... There's pretty much no reason for me to do it other than just to, I guess, prove that I can do it. And then next is release original music. Not now. I'm content doing covers, and I want to do so many more of them. But one day in the future, I would like to have, an original song or two. I think that'd just be pretty neat. And lastly, I was almost not going to put this one on here because I wasn't entirely too sure, but I was like, yeah, I'll put it. Why not? And I would like to, again, in the future, not now, because I don't even know how I would go about doing this, but an audio drama CD. I think that would be so cool. Again, I don't know what goes into making them, but if I can get that done in the future, I think that would be so cool. Because when I was younger, I kind of had like a dream, like I kind of dreamed of becoming a voice actor. That dream didn't last very long, so I kind of forgot about it. But recently I'm like, I'd like to do it. Yeah, I'd like to try it. Have like a role or two, or like on the slides here, have like my own little audio drama CD. That'd be pretty neat. It's not something that I see myself like doing, frequently forever, but it'd be neat to do it like once or twice in my life. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, those are the goals that I have that I can think of. There's probably gonna be more that I just forgot about. But, we'll get there when we get there. Next, my rules. It's a pretty short list. It could pretty much be summed up with just don't be stupid. That's pretty much it. That basically sums up my rules. But to be more specific, don't be rude in chat. That one's pretty easy to understand why. And I know there can be some leeway with this, as what is considered rude can depend heavily on like cultural differences, time and place, situational, it depends, but general rule of thumb, just use your common sense. There's generally things that are okay or not okay to say. Just so long as you use your common sense, you'll be fine. Just don't be rude, that kind of thing. Next is don't mention me in other people's streams unless relevant, and vice versa. This is a pretty common VTuber rule that a lot of VTubers have like with their streams. Just being respectful to either or party. It's pretty simple to understand why. And lastly, try to stay on topic. This is both a reminder for you as it is for me. Actually, this should just be for me, honestly, because I do tend to flip-flop between topics a lot. Not intentionally, I try not to, but it happens. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't do anything stupid. Don't be overly rude. And you're good. I'm really not too picky on the rules. And of course, if I just see something that I don't like that's not listed on here, I'll just be like I'll probably just like remove it or something. Just boop, because I have the control here. And not the last slide, but the last important thing here is my schedule for the rest of the week. So this is my stream schedule for up until Friday. It's a very short stream schedule. Like I said, I'm just starting on streaming, so I'm just dipping my toes into it. I'm just getting started, so I think 3 streams in 1 week is a pretty good start. You know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's pretty doable. So Monday, we're already here. Debut. Next Wednesday, no, not next Wednesday, but I mean next up on this Wednesday, I want to try playing some Dress to Impress. I mentioned I like fashion, and I like that game. So, sounds like it'd be fun. And on Friday, I would like to do a drawing stream. Drawing what? I still don't know. I'm probably not going to know until I sit down and do it, honestly. We'll find out when we get there. But I just know I want to do a drawing stream. Oh, I didn't mention this, but yes, I did decide to debut on 6ix9ine just for the laughs. I was going to mention that in the beginning, but I completely forgot. But yeah, that's really the reason why I decided on this super last minute impromptu stream. It was just because I was like, you know, it would be funny if I had my first stream on 6ix9ine. That'd be hilarious. So I'm gonna do it. So in the future, if there's ever a Wikipedia page on me, people can read first stream 6ix9ine 2025. I think that'd be hilarious. That was really the only reason. This day has really no other significance for me. And yeah, that's where we are. Also, yeah, I just realized Friday the 13th. We have a Friday the 13th. That's so cool, actually. I actually didn't realize that until just now that I'm looking at it closer. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm even more excited for it than now. And now, we will be just chatting for the rest of this stream. And I've pretty much done my introductories. I pretty much have nothing else to say. You know, like I said, this was very last minute, as you could probably tell. But yeah, for now we'll just be chatting because I have a lot to say. And also, this is us. I want to think the one on the left is me and the one on the right is you guys. We're having a clown-to-clown conversation. No, but I'm gonna have it set to just this instead of just having the clowns behind me all the time. Unless you'd want that, honestly. But yeah, let me make myself just a little bit bigger and put me in the middle. Wait, why? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll just be here for the rest of the time. And yeah, let me see. Yeah, let me look at chat a bit more because I'm sorry I haven't been looking at chat. It's kind of hard to because I only have one screen. Yeah, I didn't mention this, but I'm doing this all on my laptop. I don't have a dual monitor setup. I just have one singular screen, so bear with me. In the future, no, not in the future, probably by Wednesday, I'll have it set up to where like I have chat on like my phone or something because I would like to be able to like read it, you know, as it happens. But this was so rushed. I'm so sorry. But I'm reading chat right now. Tiny sigh. Yes, I was tiny. Nanigaski. I just read that one. Oh, that reminds me. I got mint chocolate chip ice cream last night. So I'm probably gonna eat some today. So thank you to Marigolds for reminding me of that. I do like chocominto. Breakfast is whenever the sheep decides. Exactly. Breakfast can be anything, anywhere, at any time, so long as you're breaking the fast. Yes, I understand. There's a lot of what's the word, like contradictions. It's like I like horror, but I don't like being scared. I was born on Pi Day, and I hate math. I get it. The irony of it all does not, like it doesn't surprise. Not that it doesn't. What's the phrase again? Like, I had the phrase on my mind, but like I forgot. But whatever. Like it doesn't. There's a lot of contradictions. I understand. That's just how I am. But yeah. What's that stuff you're holding? Oh, I just realized I did not write about him. I was going to. Oh, I completely forgot about that for the not lost on me. There we go. That's the phrase. The irony is not lost on me. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Here I am changing topics a lot. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I completely forgot to talk about this little guy. I'm so sorry for that. I was going to, and then I just forgot. But yeah, let me talk about this little guy. Hold on, let me make him a little bigger. Maybe a little bit more, honestly. Hold on. So you could see him better. Ah! No, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on. And try and get as center as possible. There we go. So, this little guy, let me introduce you all to Leo. He's basically the stuffed animal that I will be holding for like a lot of my streams. I can toggle him on or off. I just haven't set that up yet. But I'll probably be holding him like 95% of the time. He's based off of a real stuffed animal that I have that's also a lion. There was actually, in the earlier stages of me coming up with my design, I had other ideas for stuffed animals. I knew I wanted a stuffed animal because the sleep theme, usually that's associated with like stuffed animals, right? I knew I wanted like an animal companion, but I had other ideas. Originally, it was going to be another sheep, but then I was like, that sounds kind of redundant, like a sheep holding a sheep. And I could do better, right? So what other animals, bear, that one's too easy, teddy bear, we could do better. I also thought of a bunny, but that one's also super common, and again, I was like, nah. Let me try like a bit more of a less common stuffed animal. Another one I had was narwhal. I did have that one as an option, but I didn't end up going with it, although that would have been pretty cool. But I ultimately just landed on a lion because I have a lion stuffed animal in real life, and I've had him for many years. I don't know when I got him because I was way too young to remember, but we're nearing on 20 years together. I say nearing. It's probably more like 18 years, but still, he's my old man, but I still have him. It's still very cute. And yeah, that was what inspired Leo. But yeah, I have my own IRL Leo. So that was that. And there's a little bit of lore. I thought of giving him a lore. I'll probably make that into a comic, actually. I think that'd be really cute. But I'm just gonna say it now. His lore is pretty simple. His whole thing is that he's a lion, but he doesn't have a mane. So, and that's like his big insecurity. So like usually with lions, they start growing their mane like in teenage, like adolescence, right? But Leo here, he's a bit of a late bloomer, and he's very self-conscious about that. He's like, I want to have a mane like all my other lion friends, but I don't. He's just not bald. He has like one little curl on his head, and that's it. But he's like, I want to have a big, luscious mane like the rest of my fellow lions. And he doesn't. So that makes him very sad. But I put a little scarf on him. Not just so that he wouldn't be cold, but also so that he wouldn't feel the absence of something around his neck as much. So yeah, that's why he has a little scarf, so that he wouldn't feel too bad that there's not anything there. So yeah, that's his little lore. He's got the button eyes. Just because I thought it'd be cute. It's kind of giving Coraline now that I think about it, but nah, it's not supposed to be creepy. It's supposed to be cute. And now let me try and make myself small again. Let's see how I can do that. Hold on. Whoop. There we go, back to normal. Okay, so I think that was everything. What's your fan / Oshi marks? Oh, I should have put that. I also don't have tags either. I haven't really thought of tags. I'll probably try and do that next stream, honestly, because I like it when VTubers like have their audience like pick their own tags. I think that's really cool. But as for Oshi marks, wait, can I put that in chat? Yeah, I'll try putting that in chat. Hold on. So my Oshi marks are generally a purple heart, because purple's my favorite color. A sheep, of course. And like that sparkle emoji. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, like this sparkle emoji. So I'm putting it in chat right now. I should have put on the PowerPoint, but I forgot again. But this is like my Oshi mark kind of thing. Just a sheep, purple heart, and maybe sometimes a sparkle. The sparkle's not necessary, so long as it's just like the sheep and the purple heart. That's about it. And yeah, that's my Oshi mark. But yeah, now I mentioned some idol stuff and that I would be getting back to talking about it. And this is the portion where I'm finally talking about it. So over the weekend, I went to Otaku Fest. It's a 3-day anime convention, and it was my first time ever going to one of those, 3-day anime cons. And I had a blast. It was very, very fun. I will say that. It was very fun. And it felt really good to go and, like, be around other similar-ish people. Because, like, I haven't really talked about it at all in, like, my socials and whatever, but, like, I've been kind of having a rough time. I've been, like, kind of depressed for, like, the past month or so. But then going, I'm, like, so I feel so much better. I really do. I feel a lot better. Getting out of the house definitely helps. But also just being in that environment really helped me out a lot. And it also inspired me a lot. I did so many laps around Artist Alley, honestly. Even though I finished looking at all the booths, but I was like, nah, let me look again. I did countless laps around the Artist Alley, and now I'm like so pumped to draw now. I'm so inspired. I have so many ideas written down on like a little notepad of like things I want to draw now. So, yeah. Helped me to get out of my funk, honestly, and it was very cool, very fun. I went to a lot of fun panels and some kind of funny ones. So, like, for example, on, when was it? The Friday night, I went to a BL panel. And because of the nature, it was 18 plus. But if you've ever seen me IRL, I get told a lot that I look very, very young. For context, I'm 20. But a lot of people don't even believe that I'm out of high school, let alone above the age of 18. So, like, obviously, your girl got carded. I couldn't expect anything less, honestly. And I was very nervous, but thankfully, they were very nice. And they were like, yeah, you can go in. And it was very funny. It was more so humorous. It was hilarious. It was so fun. But yeah, gotta check Artist Alley minimum 5 times. Yes, exactly. Minimum. 5 times minimum. I did so many steps though because of that. Like every day I had like over 8,000 steps. It was crazy. So it was for a reason. It was exercise, if anything. I also went to like a panel all about Vocaloid, a panel about Toho, a panel about J-Rock. And I only went because I was walking down the hallway and I heard baby metal coming from a room, and then that like summoned me and I sat down in a chair. and then watch the rest of it. And also a thing that I did was I was in their Idol Fest. So let me give a little backstory on how this came to be. So, I've been doing covers online for like the past 2 years, and I'm really inspired by Kaigai idols, which are like idols outside of Japan. But where I'm from, we have like a not too big. It's not too big, but we have like a budding idol scene here. And I was just like, you know what? I want to do that. I want to be a Kaigai idol and like perform at cons. That sounds really fun. And like, I just always wanted to do that. And this was like a thing that I've had in mind for pretty much, not specifically idols, but I mean like performing. I've had that on my mind for pretty much my whole life. Ever since I was very young, I knew for a fact that I wanted to be a singer. Singing was like my first dream, and it hasn't stopped ever since then. I knew that I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a performer. And the sort of to what capacity has changed over time, but I just knew that I liked singing and dancing and putting on a show. And when I discovered, idols, and after that Kaigai idols, I was like, that's it. I found my thing. I found it. This is it. This is it for me. So I knew that's what I wanted to do. And so I basically went looking for any opportunity I could get, because there's really not that many idol fests or just like opportunities for Kaigai idols to perform at. So I just went scouting for anything, right, that was like generally nearby to me, any opportunity. And I was like, okay, cons usually do this kind of thing. And I think like ever since I was in high school, I wanted to go to Otaku Fest, but like I never went for whatever reason. But I was like, you know what, and I knew that Otaku Fest does Idol Fest for like I think the past 3 years. So I was like, okay, 2025, I'm going to Otaku Fest and I'm going to be at the Idol Fest. Like, that's it. Nothing gonna stop me. That's what I'm gonna do. So I went looking to see if they, announced auditions for that thing, but I saw that like it wasn't happening, and not that it wasn't happening, but like I checked pretty much every day since like they announced the con to see if they had auditions for it, and like I didn't see any announcement, and I was getting scared that they weren't gonna do it this year or something, because the organizers that they usually do it with, they said that they weren't doing it. So I was like, oh no, is there gonna be no Idol Fest? Oh no, or whatever will I do? But it did end up happening, just with different people organizing it. And when I saw, finally, like I said, I checked every day. I checked their stories religiously for when they open auditions. And when they did, I put in my audition. And then a couple weeks, I want to say later, I got told that I got in. And then I was like, yippee! Finally, I get to do this thing now. And that was that. I kind of started practicing. Now in hindsight, I wish I had practiced more, because like for example, the day of, I was still learning my lyrics. Like, it was that bad. It was bad. I will admit, some of it was like I was rushing. So I wish I gave myself more practice. But like I said, I've just been kind of in a funk for like the past month, so that made me not want to do it as much, that kind of thing. But now for the future, I'll make sure to practice more and better. And yeah, and that was it. I performed, and I made my idol costume by myself. Well, kind of. I made like parts of it by myself. Mainly the accessories were made by me, because I tried to make my idol costume from scratch, like the whole dress thing. I had a whole different design for it than what ended up being. But I quickly realized that I am not a good sewing person. Congrats on your debut. Yes, thank you everybody for the debut stuff. It was very fun. But yeah, I very quickly realized that I am not a sewing person. I've never sewed a day in my life, and I'm pretty bad at it. I just don't have that gift, you know? So I was like, okay, it's pretty much not going to be possible for me to make an entire idol costume from scratch in time for this con. Let me see what I can whip up with stuff I already have. So like oh, I wish I could. Can I show a photo? I'll try to see if I could show a photo. I'm gonna try and see if I could do that. Hold on. And if I can't, then I'll probably just like post it on my stories or something later. But I'll try to get a picture of it on screen if I can. But like for example, the dress part, I don't know, I forgot where I bought it from, but I've had that dress for like 3 years. And then like the blouse part underneath, I got that at Goodwill. I got it at Goodwill like a month prior. And then the stuff that I made, I sewed the lace on the hem of the dress because originally it didn't have it. I sewed some lace on the hem, and then I made like a little, you know, like those like Lolita head pieces. Actually, my model kind of has one. It didn't look like it like in the end, but it kind of has it, just different colors. Like kind of like when my model has like one of those like Lolita head pieces, where it's like lacy with like the ribbon. And it had the sheep horns on it. So I made that as well. And then I made like a big bow that I had in like where the collar is. And the rest like was stuff I already had, like the shoes, the socks, that kind of thing. But yeah, even just like those little DIY things that I did, I still felt very proud of. They weren't perfect. My bow was all sorts of lopsided. My bow was kind of my biggest op that day, to be honest. I was like trying to I was like fidgeting with it the whole day. It wasn't working out. I'll try to make it actually sit right next time. But yeah, I was very proud of even just like my little DIY projects. And yeah, so the Idol Fest itself was very, very fun. I got to meet a lot of people. Some people that I knew of beforehand, like from the idol scene, and some like people that I haven't heard of before, but they were all very, very nice. The audience was very kind too. Everybody was very hype. A lot of glow sticks. I love to see it. But yeah, it was overall like a very, very fun time, and it was like kind of a dream come true, honestly. I've just been wanting to do that for a very long time, and now I did. But this won't be the last time for sure. I will try my hardest to be in more stuff like this in the future. I don't know when. I really don't know when. But if I see an opportunity, I'll try for it. And yeah, I just hope to keep doing this for the foreseeable future. I don't really see myself stopping anytime soon. I like this idol stuff. I like singing and being creative. I can see myself doing this potentially forever. And yeah, it was a very, very fun time. What else can I say about it? Oh, I got a lot of stuff. I spent way too much money at that con. I don't even want to think about it. In the beginning, I had like a running list of all my expenses on like my notes app, but then I kind of just gave up. I didn't want to look at it anymore because I was like, ooh, I'm gonna like freak myself out if I know exactly how much money I spent. I spent way too much. But I got a lot of cool stuff. Artist Alley was actually pretty fire. It was really, really good. And there was even more stuff that I wanted, but I didn't get because I was like, girl, you gotta slow down. You gotta know when to stop, right? But, you know, I'll still try to support the artists later down the road. I still intend on buying the stuff, I'm just delaying my purchase until then. But yeah, I mostly got, you know, like little trinkets, you know, buttons, like button pins. I got a few art prints. I don't know what to do with them yet. Like, just hang them on. I mean, I guess I could just hang them on my wall. I still don't know what to do with them, but they're very cool. And yee. Yeah, the con ran in my pockets. Exactly. They're way too good at that. cons are way too good at squeezing money out of you. That's not a complaint though. That's usually because they have cool stuff. But still, it's like they've gotten too good almost. I definitely did not budget as much as I should have ahead of this con, but you know, for future reference, my next con I'll probably budget a little bit better because yeah, it's expensive, but they're very fun. And yeah, so that was my weekend. It was pretty cool if you ask me. And it was a very fun time. And now I'm doing this. Yay. VTubing. Woohoo. Which some people don't, depending on who you ask, some people might not consider this VTubing because I'm just a PNG tuber. Just a PNG tuber. That sounds so derogatory. No, I don't mean it that way. But like, depending on who you ask, some people don't see it as VTubing. Some people only see like, you know, like Live 2D or like the 3D models as VTubing. But like, I'd still consider it like this VTubing. I still think it is. Or maybe I'm just saying that because I want to be called a VTuber. But I'm working on it. I hope to improve. I still have a lot to learn. I couldn't get the photo up of my idol costume. I'm so sorry. I barely use OBS for anything other than like screen capture, right? So this is all very new to me. I literally like 5 minutes before stream, I had to like Google how to do stuff. Like it's pretty bad, but I'll get used to it eventually. And I hope to make the streams better for you guys. And just better quality that I can be proud of. And hopefully by Wednesday, by the next stream, things will be more like what I had in mind. Which, speaking of, let me pull up the schedule again, just in case anyone forgot or wasn't here for it. So let me move out the way. This is my schedule for the rest of the week. And I have more stuff planned for the next week already, but I'm just not putting it yet. But this is for next week. So Wednesday is playing Just to Impress and Friday is drawing. And that's it for my week. I don't really have a set time for like when I'd like to start streaming. As you can see, I have like different ones. I'm just testing the water, seeing which one works better. But usually I like 3 p.m. EST. Probably just because 3 is my favorite number, so maybe that's why. But I like 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is a nice time. But if stated otherwise, it'll most likely be 3 p.m. for all of them. But I'm mostly just testing it out, you know, like earlier or later streams every now and then. So yay. Oh wait, hold on. I should probably talk more before I forget, because I had this thought earlier. But if you noticed on my slides, I did not have a full body, like turnaround of my design. I know that's very common in VTubing debuts, because usually you just see the, like, torso, if, you know, if at all. Usually it's just shoulders up, right? But, you know, they'll often show, like, the full body, like, front and back of their model, right? But I did not do that. Not because I didn't intend on doing it, but because I ran out of time. I have it sketched out, I just don't have it, like, lined and colored yet. But hopefully by Wednesday I'll be able to show you guys. But yeah, I'm still working on it. The rest of the design, it's simple, but I still want to be able to show it. So hopefully by Wednesday I'll have that done, and then I can show you guys. And what was another thing that I didn't have? Oh yeah, I want to talk a bit more about my design. I did mention that it's not like set in stone, that things could change over time. And let me explain some of the things that like I have, you know, like thought of changing. So like for example, like if you see her hand, you only see the, what is it, the right hand in this pose. but the left hand is the same, where it's like kind of black, like near the fingers, and that's for a reason. That's supposed to like kind of sort of represent hooves, because sheep are hooved animals. I didn't want to give her like actual hooves, so I was like, how can I like represent that? Okay, I'll just like the kind of hands that like kind of turn black at the fingers. I was thinking maybe they should have just been gloves, but I don't know. I thought it looked cool too, honestly. But I'm still like considering like maybe like just having it be normal. I'm still like workshopping my design, you know. But yeah, like that could change. The eye color was also still up for debate, because there's actually I don't have it set up yet. Like, I don't have it as a toggle, but I probably could make that a toggle. But there is an alternate version where she has brown eyes instead of yellow eyes. So there's an alternate brown-eyed version, which is more closely to what I look like in real life. But initially, my PNG tuber was actually going to look more like me, like how I look IRL. But I also decided against that, because I was like, okay, with VTubing, you like the possibilities are endless. You can look however you want. You could even not be human, right? So it's like, why would I waste such a good opportunity to look cool, you know, unlike myself, right? I mean, some parts are still like kind of how I look like, but still, I was like, how can I pass up this opportunity to be, you know, outside of the bounds of reality, you know? I'm gonna do that, you know? So like, no, I don't have purple hair. And no, I don't have yellow eyes. But I chose yellow in the end because like purple and yellow are on opposite sides of the color wheel. So I thought that'd be cool, really make some pop. But yeah, there is an alternate brown-eyed version. And then the ears. I know some people hate to see double ears. Whenever there's like a sort of animal hybrid, people hate to see it. They're like, why do they have two sets of ears? And to that I say, I don't care. Like, it's really not that deep. At least in my opinion, it's not that deep. So yes, I do have human ears and sheep ears. Okay, sue me. Yeah. Even though I know that like realistically it would just be the sheep ears, but like, yeah, I don't care. I like how it looks this way. But yeah, I was at one point considering just having the sheep ears and not the human ears, but I included the human ears. And also because it gives me better, you know, like more options. Like, oh, I should have zoomed in because actually this model has piercings. Hold on. I wanted to, man, I didn't mean to move that. But she has piercings. Let me zoom in. I should have zoomed in more because there's like little details. But yeah, it gives me more space to do stuff like ear piercings. Because I like that stuff. So, hold on, let me not talk so that it's not moving. Hold on. Yeah, got a good look. Okay, so there they are. Oh yeah, she also has face piercings too. So, I don't have all of these IRL. I wish I did though, because that'd be pretty cool. The only ones I have are like just regular, like one, you know, like lobe piercing on each ear. That's it. That's all I've got. But like, for example, she has like the 2 lobe piercings. You don't see the second lobe piercing that much on the left ear because of the hair, but there's supposed to be 2 on each side. And then on the left ear, there's also the 3 spikes. I want that one so bad. Yeah. And on the face, it's angel fangs. I've been wanting angel fangs for pretty much ever since I knew that they existed. They look so cool. I want them so bad. And also a tongue piercing. You can kind of see it. Yeah, that is like my dream piercing setup. I would actually like to have this IRL. That's why I drew it on my model, because I don't currently have it, but I would like to. That'd be pretty cool. I would like to eventually. But yeah. And speaking of, you know, when I mentioned the tongue piercing, speaking of tongue, that sounds wrong. That sounds, I'm sorry. But there's actually an alternate version of this model where the inside of her mouth is purple. Originally, she was supposed to have a purple tongue. I thought that looked pretty cool, but I thought it was too much. Well, there's no such thing as too much purple. But in the end, I kind of just went with like the regular fleshy color, like pink, red inside of the mouth. But who knows? Maybe next time I'll finally really commit to the purple tongue, because I thought that looked even more like fantastical, and just cool. That's not a very common thing to see. So yeah. What else almost changed? I forgot what else. I forgot. I think that was all of the design points that I thought about. But yeah, just the design, the design has like room to grow and change over time. And yeah. That's kind of the good thing of being my own artist, right? Like my own, like that I made this model myself. That's like the fun part, is that, hold on, I got off screen for like a quick second, just trying to make myself smaller. But that's the beauty of being your own artist, is that you can change and do whatever you want, whenever you want. Like, if one day I decide that I want green hair instead, guess what? I could have green hair if I wanted to. I don't want to, but if I ever did, it's possible, you know? Like, I could just do it. So, if anything changes, I'll let y'all know. And I think that's about it. I think. Or, where should I say I don't think? I only have one brain cell, I'm sorry. But yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say, or at least all that I can think of saying right now. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Wait, hold on. Why is it not? I just realized, why is my model not moving? Hold on. Did my model stop moving? Wait. No, because she's blinking. Hold on. Where's my mic audio? Yeah, I don't know why it stopped moving. Oh, well, I guess, at least on my end, it doesn't look like it's moving. But I guess maybe it's telling me I really should end stream here. Probably. But yeah, that was everything that I thought of saying for today. And yeah, I think I'm done for now. I hope to see you all on Wednesday for some Dress to Impress. That'll be my first gaming stream, so I look forward to it. And yeah, I really don't know how to end these sort of things. Let me look at chat again real quick. Oh, what happened there? Ah, crap. It's showing my what I use for the PNG tuber. That's embarrassing. Hold up. Wait, just 1 second. I don't know why it's doing that. Like I said, it's probably telling me the end stream. So yeah, that's all, folks. Thank you all so much for coming. I'm so sorry for technical difficulties, any little interruptions, any hiccups. It's bound to happen. This is my first day. It's my first day here. But it won't be my last. Definitely, it won't. I want to keep streaming. I've been wanting to be a VTuber ever since like 2020, when I found out what those even were. And oops. Again, I don't know why my model's not moving anymore. I could not tell you. I really don't know why. But yeah, ever since 2020, I've had the thought of becoming a VTuber, but it's only until now that I started. So I'm really happy about that. And yeah, I hope to continue doing this. I want to do so many different types of streams. Gaming, yeah. Chatting, yeah. But like, I want to do so much. Maybe some karaoke streams every now and then, because singing's a big part of what I do. And yeah, hope to continue doing this, continue talking with you guys, and just being entertaining. Hopefully I'm entertaining. I would like to think I am. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for the very kind comments. You've been a very nice chat. And yeah, until next time. Bye bye. Sweet dreams, everybody. If it's night for you. And if it's not, sweet dreams anyways. Bye bye. Hold on, let me see if I could do this right. Boop. Hey. There we go, the screen worked.